Hey. Welcome to the Half-Life 2 Anniversary Edition Episode 2.
In order to train players that crouching through the trenches is critical for survival, we did several things. First, we start the player in the safe position by forcing them to... Once inside, they learn by watching the zombies. Upright zombies are gunned down, but their torsos are free to roam in the shadow of the junk. Some playtesters believe that while the guns were busy shooting zombies, they would be able to move freely. To counteract this impression, we increased the number of guns from 1 to 3, making it clear that there was always going to be a gun free to shoot the player. In order to train players that crouching through the trenches is critical for survival, we did several things. First, we start the player in the safe position by forcing them to crouch under the fence to enter the area. Once inside, they learn by watching the zombies. Upright zombies are gunned down. In order to train players that crouching through the trenches is
Blood loss detected.
In order to train players that crouching through the trenches is
Ah,
In order to train players that crouching through the trenches is
Blood loss detected.
In order to train players that crouching through the trenches is
Zombies serve the double purpose of horror and humor. Here, since we knew where the player view would be, we added a comical scene of a fast zombie torso running away from a soldier. double purpose of horror and humor. Here, since we knew where the player view would be, we added a comical scene of a fast zombie torso running away from a soldier.
Really? Alright. So where should I go? Oh, here.
The original design for this sequence involved shutting down the cannon by flipping a switch. That was neither obvious nor rewarding. We decided to let the player blow it up instead, which gave us another opportunity to use our cinematic physics.
Good sound.
Hey, Gordon, car's ready. Come on back and we'll get going.
Thanks for clearing out the yard, Freeman. Heck of a job.
Come on, Gordon, get in.
Not only did they help me fix the car, they threw in a bonus.
Special this week only. It's like an onboard radar for you guys. Picks up little beacon jobbers like this one here. We've hidden a bunch of these things out there in the field to signal emergency stashes. so keep an eye out. When you see your dashboard light up, you're gonna want to stop and investigate.
I'll fill you in on the road, Gordon.
Thanks again, you guys.
No need to thank me.
We're picking up something on the radar.
Stop the car, Gordon. According to the radar, it looks like there's a supply cache
There's
here.
a lot of energy that goes into shaping Alex and making sure she stays on the right path or stays true to the vision that I think we have for her. You know, I want Alex to be liked. I know everybody at Valve wants Alex to be liked. But what is really great is that if I get off course or if I've been in the booth too long and I'm starting to sound a little naggy, then I have somebody who's there to kind of pull me back and say, hey, why don't you try it this way? Or I think you're veering off course and starting to sound like like somebody's mother or something, you know, because I'm there to help if you're lost, you know, the get goings or stuff like that, to help keep the game moving and keep you on track. And you know, there's a kind of a fine line. You don't want somebody constantly bothering you, but you also want a friendly companion. You know, you want somebody to help you out once in a while. So trying to not go one way or the other was a bit of a trick for us.
The radar's going off, Gordon. I'll keep watch out here if you want to look inside for the cache.
Strong attention to visual design in this room make this unconventional puzzle both intuitive and rewarding. To begin with, the room is sparse, with a reward clearly visible but locked up in the cage. A strange centerpiece draws the player's attention, and the visible switch is obviously a part of the solution. The health charger next to the switch hints that the solution involves getting onto the catwalk rather than activating the switch from the ground. The van entrance discourages players from bringing in objects they might use to solve the puzzle by stacking. The lone grenade crate is a strong suggestion that grenades figure in the solution. And finally, the corpse in the rafters and the scorch marks on the ground and the story they tell provide the most important clue.
Rocket launcher. That'll come in handy.
That was brutal. So the circumstances around creating Alex were so kismet
We're
that
getting a signal, but I don't
it's almost
see
a little
anything.
scary. 'Cause, I mean, if you think of
What do you think,
the
Gordon?
ideal super self that you want to be, like, I don't know, badass moves and being able to karate chop everybody, and then add on to that having
Wait for
a
me!
rider to make you sound witty at every turn, it's like having an uber self for me. So I immediately fell in love with Alex.
Yeah, I can see things. I can see it.
We'd never have known this was here without the vision.
More? I think there's just more stuff. Oh, grenade. Oh. Yeah. Oh no.
The approach to the White Forest Inn contains a number of elements that set the scene for the coming ambush.
Do you mind if I wait in the
The
car?
road is blocked by Combine walls. A soldier spots you in the distance and radios you in, and 2 hunters run across an opening on the far side of a fence. All these clues are there for the attentive player to spot directly, or to create a sense of growing apprehension in the player who might be paying slightly less attention to the details.
So in each episode, we start by agreeing on how to use color choices to create and reinforce the right thematic tone. The tint of a scene can be a powerful source of mood. Episode
something
1
on the
was
radar.
pervaded by deep reds. For episode 2, we made heavy use of blue tints in the outdoor areas. The blue was meant to set an ominous tone, while the warm splashes of sunlight were intended to offer
Now,
visual
why would the
contrast
Combine
that
put a
suggests the
roadblock
glimmer
way
of
out
hope.
here? There goes the radar.
Why would they?
A question I get asked a lot is, what is the big difference between acting for a stage and film and then acting for a video game? Because this is the first time I've ever done a video game. In general, in acting, it's helpful to have a director's clear vision from which to
Wake me
spring.
up when you get back.
Then the actor can run with the idea, play with it, imagine new things, fill it out, and make it a tangible thing or a tangible character. And the great thing about video game acting for me is that I'm completely unlimited. I'm not bound by what I can do physically or how I look or what kind of environment that can be physically created. So the possibilities are completely limitless. There are no boundaries with this. So when we get together and we talk about what the scene is, when they set the stage for me and what environment I'm going to be in, I immediately get a complete high, and I can only imagine that it is something like how somebody gets when they actually see the game, because it blows my mind, the pictures that they paint about, where we are, what situations we're in. So we discussed that a little, and then from there, just kind of go on, I guess, instinct is the only way I can really describe it, because I just take what they give for me and kind of volley it back in the way that it comes out immediately. So I just go into my little dark booth, and I can imagine that I'm anywhere. And it's the best kind of make-believe for a storyteller. And you just aren't limited.
Stash.
Seems deserted.
Where she's... Oh,
This place must have been nice once. I wonder how long it's been since anyone stayed here.
To complement the Hunter's aggressive AI, the White Forest Inn was designed with a non-linear floor plan. There are multiple ways in and out of each room, as well as alternate routes to the basement and to the second floor. As the player moves through the inn, the Hunters often select a shorter route and surprise the player by arriving first or by heading them off altogether. The last Hunters that enter the building destroy 2 of the doors that have trapped Alex and the player inside. Removing these obstacles opens the entire outdoor arena for combat, allowing the player to choose whether to fight the Hunters within the building or take them on outside.
The inn is designed as a crafted experience that is controlled but not linear. The encounter is intended to create a heightened sense of danger without actually being particularly dangerous. The idea is to create opportunities for some memorable unscripted combat moments by keeping the player a bit on their heels. Normally, Alex is out of frame during combat and soldiers don't survive very long. By encouraging the player to move back from the windows, the map creates space for Alex and the soldiers to exhibit interesting behaviors that reinforce the mood
so
of the
close.
siege.
I hate to waste any more time. Let's keep going.
One issue with the number of our encounters with the Combine is they don't live long enough for players to experience some of their more interesting AI. Some unique elements introduced here with respect to the Combine are branching assaults, so the soldiers introduced in the field don't take up predictable positions. Flexible assault points, so that soldiers can stray from designer-specified locations to establish line of fire or cover. Assault progression, a feedback system so that soldier advances respond to player actions and skill rather than timing. Giving soldiers different tactical roles. For instance, squads in the field distract the player, allowing other soldiers to execute surprise moves not present in our typical frontal assault scenarios. The net effect of these changes is that the soldiers appear to have awareness of the layout of the building that you're trapped in, and a strategy for flushing you out.
We can hold them off.
About us. They're still after the data packet.
To complement the Hunter's aggressive AI, the White Forest Inn was designed with a non-linear floor plan. There are multiple ways in and out of each room, as well as alternate routes to the basement and to the second floor. As the player moves through the inn, the Hunters often select a shorter route and surprise the player by arriving first or by heading them off altogether. The last Hunters to enter the building destroy 2 of the doors and trapped Alex and the player inside. Removing these obstacles opens the entire outdoor arena of combat, allowing the player to choose whether to fight the Hunters in the building or take them on outside.
3 at a time. It's too much. Let's get moving before they send more. find the power supply for this force field.
Should be somewhere here. Okay.
More of them coming!
There's the power source for the shields. Huh. I haven't skimped on security either. Let me see if I can disable the shields and get you closer to the reactor. Okay, it looks like I can open them from here, but I won't be able to come in with you. Here goes.
Sorry, Gordon. This thing's fried. Since I can't help you in there, why don't I stand watch outside while you disable the power? Not enough surprises for one day.
Blood toxin levels detected. Automatic medical systems engaged. Morphine administered.
Shit. Oh no. No.
There's the power source for the shields. I haven't skimped on security either. Let me see if I can disable the shields and get you closer to the reactor. Okay, it looks like I can open them from here, but I won't be able to come in with you. Here goes.
Sorry, Gordon. This thing's fried. Since I can't help you in there, why don't I stand watch outside while you disable the power? We've had enough surprises for one day. That should have done it. Let's go see if the force field's down.
Let's hope there's no more Combine between here and White Forest.
One issue with a number of our encounters with the Combine is they don't live long enough for players to experience some of their more interesting AI. Some unique elements introduced here with respect to the Combine are branching assaults, so the soldiers introduced to the field don't take up predictable positions. Flexible assault points, so that soldiers can stray from designer-specified locations to establish line of fire or cover. Assault progression, a feedback system so that soldier advances respond to player actions and skill rather than timing. Giving soldiers different tactical roles. For instance, squads in the field distract the player, allowing other soldiers to execute surprise moves not present in our typical frontal assault scenarios. The net effect of these changes is that the soldiers appear to have awareness of the layout of the building that you're trapped in, and a strategy for flushing you out.
Sometimes, even in an action game, it can be hard to convince players to act like an action movie hero. Here we wanted the player to make a 150-foot turbo jump off the edge of the road and crash into boxes at the bottom. Instead, worried playtesters routinely took the safe way down. To encourage more recklessly heroic behavior, we disguised the easy path and added obvious ramps to clearly communicate this was a legitimate feature of the level.
I'll watch the car.
So now let's see what
That
next time.
doesn't sound good.